There's been a lot of change. I got married. I still have the same job. What's been important to me in my recovery since leaving there, being there, there's a lot of structure, a lot of requirements. You know, we were, first and foremost, we're required to work the 12 steps with a sponsor, which I'm very grateful for that. You know, when I first got there, I wasn't, but I became very grateful. And so after leaving the program, I've continued to meet my sponsor and sponsor me as well. Continue to work the program that got me right. The more sober time I have, I've discovered that there's a big emotional aspect to sobriety and recovery. Me and my sponsor have been working through what we call emotional sobriety. And it is, it has been a real eye-opener. For me, there was all these things, you know, that internal condition, all these things on the inside when I was young that led me to drugs to begin with. And turns out, just because you're sober, that stuff don't go away. That's been really important. Thank God for the sponsor I have, that he's knowledgeable in this emotional sobriety thing. A little after a year of sobriety, I called my sponsor one day and said, man, like, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? I am miserable. You know, I'm doing everything you're telling me to do. I'm sober. I've got all these things back in my life, and I had this expectation of just happiness and bliss. And I'm like, man, that's just not the way it works. So working the emotional sobriety aspect of the program has been super important to me. It's kept me where I'm at. I think if I hadn't had the sponsor I had, and he hadn't led me, wasn't leading me through this at the present time, I don't know where I'd be. You know, when I first came in, and I think a lot of people have this idea that, you know, if I can just get the drugs out of my body, I'll be okay. And that's just, I learned the hard way, that's just not the way it is. There's a lot more to it than that. Actually, keeping the drugs out of my body has become the easiest part of it. It's learning to be a decent human being, a good husband, a good employee, a friend, a sponsor, a sponsee. You know, those are hard. I didn't grow up, didn't have anything against religion or God, but I didn't have anything for it either. The 12 Steps of AA is referred to as a spiritual program of action, and finding a connection to God and maintaining that connection to God. It's part of our 12-step program as well, to make amends for things that we've done wrong. And for people that are gone, we call it living amends. I think of her every day. And when I was here last year, I was still, I don't think I talked about it, I was still having a hard time like going, my mom's buried right out from where I work, and I went out there to make an amends once, but then that was it. So now, in the last 4 months, now I go every day on my lunch break, every single day. And my wife thinks I'm crazy because I sit out there and play gospel songs and talk and cry and laugh. And man, it's been healing. The 12 Steps too teaches us that, you know, the bad things we do in life, you know, the steps show us that we are human beings. It's really easy for me to accept that guys I sponsor or just people in life, my wife, my boss, or whatever, that they are human when they make mistakes. But it's real hard for me to turn that finger around and point it at myself. My sponsor says there's no growth without pain, and that's just the best thing he ever said to me. I believe stigma is changing drastically, and it's because of the success of people like you guys and Greg and Tab and RR and the Oxford houses and Surrender houses and Freedom houses. And like, it's just, it's like recovery's become like the cool thing to do. How supportive the community is around here, and like today too, I'm seeing how supportive that the judges are. Super supportive, and I see that they're offering this. The last time I had to go to court, which has been like a year and a half ago, I seen the judge like on the video thing offering it to everybody. Something I wish somebody might have told me, like when I was coming out of jail, you know, with you guys over the mag, and like, you know, if you're a true alcoholic or drug addict like I am, like recovery's not all sunshine and rainbows. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was under this impression that it was, and it's absolutely not. It's just so much better than any life that I've ever lived before. But the things that have happened have so far surpassed what, you know, even my best intentions. Like, it's just, I've just never been happy. People like me have never had this opportunity before, like especially in this area. So I just think, I think barriers are being broken.